Arnold may not be the best actor in the world, but he delivered. Periods. I won't put periods where there's commas. I'm taking some words out. She plays the hardcore roles, which she's action. Then she plays the emotional roles like Avatar, which is a mixture of everything, you know? I really respect her.
Do you have like a top 5 actor that you kind of enjoyed their work in recent time? Let's say in the space of the last 5 years.
Okay. Actors. 5 actors, actresses. Okay.
See. Actors and actresses.
Okay. Michael B. Jordan, because essentially we are like as close to being the same as two different people can be. Because we kind of grew up in the same area, we're around the same age. I would say we kind of have a similar type of look. And I feel that we're kind of similar in person because he seems like a real cool, chill, laid back dude that's just like, okay. But then once you start scratching the surface, then you start peeling away more layers and stuff. But he also takes on challenging roles. And I think he plays against his type. Because like Killmonger, for example, I don't think he's super angry and aggressive and gung-ho like that in real life. But he played the hell out of that part, though. Creed, again, you know, he got so much angst and aggression, but his heart is good, you know? And so I see him taking roles like how I would take, because that's how I choose my roles. Sometimes when I'm just blessed and you have a director such as yourself who offers you a juicy role that you can bite into and push yourself and challenge yourself, like Jason, you know? And so, yeah, that's why I connect with Michael B.
Okay, that's one.
That's one. And let me see. I really love and appreciate Zoe Saldana too. What she's doing for actresses of color, as well as being like a new badass action, because I love action. And she's like one of those that can do that badass action role, like a Black Widow, or like Gamora, like how she is in Avengers, you know, or like Colombiana, or like a Tomb Raider, like Angelina Jolie. Like I love what she's doing for us as well. You know, she's representing, and then she doesn't always play stereotypical Latina or minority roles. She isn't the hood rat or just the hot girl or anything like that. She plays cerebral roles in which she's intelligent, and she plays the hardcore roles in which she's action. Then she plays the emotional roles like Avatar, which is a mixture of everything, you know? I really respect her for that. And I appreciate her, and I love her talent. Now, like 3 more. The Rock. The Rock. The Rock. I love The Rock since he was The Rock. I love The Rock since he was before The Rock, when he was wrestling, before he took on the name of The Rock. I love The Rock. But then when he started elevating and transcending the wrestling and started doing the movies, I'm like, yes, he's doing movies. And he went back to the wrestling, I'm like, okay. And then he just became a full-time actor. I'm like, yes, The Rock, you got my respect all day, every day, because that man is the epitome of hustle. Like, be the hardest worker in the room. That's The Rock, yo. Especially seeing his show too and seeing his upbringing. Wow. Just wow. He had in a way, so much opportunity to kind of ride on his family's coattails, but he didn't. He didn't. Because life constantly humbled him and taught him that you need to put in your own work. You need to put in your own work. And by that mentality that he has, and his production company, $7, and that whole origin of that, of how he had $7 in his pocket, and he used that to basically elevate himself to one of the Hollywood's leading men, one of the most successful businessmen, from tequila. Like, this man is tequila, energy drinks, workout stuff, Beats, Under Armour clothing. Like, this man is in everything. So The Rock gets my respect and my love always. The hustle, and he's constantly getting better. He wasn't the best actor when he started. I mean, he's a wrestler transitioning into an actor, which wrestling is acting anyway. It's different. Live acting,
I get
camera acting. You know? But he got better and really just became a great actor now. And just that whole progression. And again, him being one of us too also helps. Like, you know what? It is possible. Like, to me, The Rock is like a modern life superhero, honestly. He came up from the bottom, fought. He had, again, every opportunity to be lazy and ride his family, but then he made his own name and exceeded it in my eyes. So, yeah, Rock is a superhero, man. Like,
I was just thinking about how, what his schedule is like. Someone like that. Like, what his calendar is like. It's just going to be crazy. Like, how many meetings can you attend in a day? How many places do you want to be in one day? How many sets do you want to be in one day? It's just, that dude is really hardworking. Honestly, I'll give him that.
So that's 3. Let's see. Go a little different here. Christopher Walken. I love Christopher Walken because you talk about being yourself. He is the epitome of that. He personifies that. And he said it in an interview. He's like, when people give me scripts, I change it to fit me because I'm only me. I don't know. I'm not this other guy. I only know how to draw for me. And I'm like, yo, that's so simple but brilliant. Like, it's him. Like, as actors, we like to get all cerebral. We're like, oh, we're becoming the character and blah, 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 and all this metaphysical stuff. And yes, there's a side to that as well. But he's just like, yo, you give me a script with words and you giving it to me, Christopher Walken. So I'm gonna put commas where there's periods. I'm gonna put periods where there's commas. I'm taking some words out and I'm making it so it fits me. But when you watch Christopher Walken, yeah, it's Christopher Walken, but each role is still different. But it's his distinctness, his Christopher Walkenness that he brings to every role. But each role is still iconic. From King of New York, Batman, like, come on, 7 Psychopaths, like, come on, the list goes on of his iconic roles.
Yeah, he did a Bond villain too.
Yeah, yes.
Interesting. Like, he's Bond villain. Yeah, he's one of his. That was one of his most iconic roles. One of the roles where I really love his acting. He acted Zorin, and he did an awesome job in it.
So again, touching on your villains, how a good villain can really elevate your hero.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So let me see. And I got one more.
Final one.
My final one. Let's see. Hmm. You know, I'm gonna go one of my classics, man. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold is the man to me because, again, he's another one who wasn't an actor first. This dude was a bodybuilder. A bodybuilder, right? So it's such as he's a muscle model, right? But then he transitioned into be one of the biggest action stars, action movie icons of all time. Like, again, his journey to me, I think, was one of the most inspiring things. And then the fact that, yeah, Arnold may not be the best actor in the world, but he delivers in every time he's on the screen. And his iconic roles, Terminator, Eraser, like he has classics that you need more than 10 toes and 10 fingers that you could count. And that's not just box office standards, that's cult following, like movies that people just love and genuinely mess with because they're that good or there's something about them. Arnold, just his journey transitioning from muscle man to actor, and then just owning that role of the actor and his ambition too of, you know what? I want more. Oh, I'm going to be governor of California. Like, it just doesn't stop. And then just that hunger is what makes Arnold the man to me. Like,
it's so
and it's just inspiring.
It's inspiring. It's interesting that, you know, he came from a different country. He doesn't even speak English. Was taking English class, was taking acting class, was doing bodybuilding, and was working as a I think he was as a construction worker as well. So was doing all those things, but then he has this strong will and determination, like, you know what, I'm gonna go for this thing. And I think when he was acting, I'm not sure if it was Conan the Barbarian, and they were like, he needs to do something to his weight, and that was like a different goal, you know, as well. But yeah, of course, Arnold he's a classic, you know. Now I'm remembering movies like True Lies, like Twins, you know, like Jingle All the Way. You know, I'm thinking about movies like that, you know.
Yes.
You know, this is like you see, I've seen Arnold in, you know, in dynamic acting, and I think it was one of the highest paid acting as well at some point.
Oh yeah.
The Rock 2 was 2 years ago. I don't know about now, but as 2 years ago, The Rock was the highest paid actor in Hollywood as well. I think this guy was there too. Will Smith was there. Jackie Chan was there. A couple
Robert
of them.
Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. Oh man, why didn't you put him on the list?
Iron Man. Yeah. I mean, if you're giving me two more, I would probably put Robert Downey and Keanu Reeves. Because again,
no one talks about Keanu Reeves too.
Their journeys.
He's so reserved, but when it's time to act, it's like you don't know. You've seen that picture that went viral of him being on a train
and giving up his seat.
People giving up a seat. Like he just likes to, like, he doesn't see the whole celebrity status, the whole like he likes to just be with the people, be among the people. Maybe it's a strategy to learn how to, you know, to get into a specific character. Maybe, you know, but yeah, Keanu Reeves is someone that he's not being, like, we don't talk so much about him, like so many. He doesn't create a scenario, like a scene, like I want to be seen.
Yeah.
He doesn't do all of those things. What would you say about my man Denzel?
Denzel, of course.
I didn't see him on the list, but it's okay.
Yeah, he's not on the list because I didn't put Denzel on the list because I love Denzel. Denzel has done countless things in the industry for us, as far as the waves he's made and the roles he's taken of not taking stereotypical roles, of him taking stereotypical roles and completely making it his own and making it Oscar, Academy Award, Golden Globe award-winning performances. And he did all of that. I love Denzel because he brings like a dignity and a nobility to acting. Like, to me, Denzel is like a Shakespearean actor, but now as a Black dude who just brings integrity and dignity and nobility to every project. Like, whenever you see Denzel Washington, oh man, it's just like the prestige level automatically rises because of what he has done. And again, it's one of the greatest actors of our time, if not the greatest. Culturally, I mean, he has impacted America in filmmaking so many ways by just really blatantly playing iconic characters like Malcolm X. Like, not only does he look just like Malcolm X, but come on, that performance, like, you're like, yo, was Malcolm X reincarnated for this movie? No, that's Denzel Washington. No way. Like, he just completely embodies every role. And then him, Hurricane Carter, that story and that message. Also, his ability to play all of these iconic roles and still be different. Because it's like Christian Bale, for example. When you think Christian Bale, you think Batman, right? He has done plenty of other iconic roles. American Psycho.
The Prestige.
A bunch of other stuff. But 9 times out of 10, you think Christian Bale, you think Batman.
I get what you just said now, because I've seen him in some places. I'm like, but I just remember the Batman face.
Right? Denzel, Malcolm X, Hurricane Carter, so John Q, Alonzo Harris, so many iconic characters, but he's never just, oh, that's Training Day, or oh, that's Equalizer, or oh, you can't do that because he's Denzel. That's why he gets my respect. But he wasn't on my list because personally, those others touched me just a little bit more.
Yeah,
they had a personal.
Yeah, I saw the story and you could connect with the story. And I think The Rock is so good at telling stories, telling his own story. And while he's telling his own story, he immerses himself, and he also immerses the audience into the story. Like, you'll be like, wow, this big ass dude could be so vulnerable. Like, he's almost crying on screen. I'm like, he's so good at doing that, dude.
Yes.
But talking about, because it's almost like The Rock and Arnold have the same story, you know, coming from this to becoming an actor, bodybuilding actor, wrestling actor, and now Arnold is a governor. Do you think The Rock would run for president? Because he released a picture very recently. You saw the post?
Well, and too, because his show, he's running for president.
Wait, you said what?
In his show, Young Rock, the whole setup, he's running for president.
Okay.
And that's why we're getting these stories. Oh, it's great. It is honestly a brilliant show. The whole setup is it's 2032. He's running for president, and each episode is a story into his past that relates to like an issue going on like in the present time. And the way they do it is brilliant. So that's probably why it's going around, because he actually is running for president in the show. But
man, that's crazy. I gotta see that show though. I
yes,
gotta see the show. Wow.
It's great. It's great. Will he? Do I think? I don't think he would, but I think he would be good because
he'll make a good president.
Yes, because of his beginnings. He knows humble beginnings, and he knows the top of the mountain, and he knows everywhere in between. So he can literally relate to anybody. He can relate to someone who's on their last $7. He can relate to the normal person busting their butt on the 9 to 5. He can relate to the celebrity and to the elite and to the rich, because he literally has lived all of those lives. And if that doesn't make someone perfect or a great candidate for running a country filled with all of those people, I don't know what does.
Yeah, he has that leadership attribute, and he has this way of, like I said, he has a way of telling the stories and immersing himself and immersing the audience, so he can literally connect with anyone on different level. And you can, and that is what people usually want in a leader, in a president. If you look at Obama, I usually share with people that when Obama is speaking on TV, it's almost like he's in the same room with you. I'm like, this guy could be the shittiest human being in the world, but he can still connect with people. I've seen people like hold this picture and they're like hugging him, like, oh, the Obama is this. And most of the presidents over time that were very successful, that people really loved, they all had this ability to communicate on a very personal level, even though they are far away, even though they're on the podium or they're on the screen. And I really think, it's not even think, I know The Rock could do something like that. He can connect with people on a very deep personal level because he has the right story, he has the right experience, and he has been exposed to multiple things, But